Hi, it's Song of Songs again. Look, there he stands behind our wall, gazing through the windows, peering through the lattice. My beloved spoke and said to me, "Arise, my darling, my beautiful one, come with me." This is the favorite part. The following section is even more favorite. But I really love that because I have a lot of experiences connecting to these verses. Of course, this story is about like the girl being in the room and the bridegroom coming close and standing in front of the house and then looking into the house and inviting the girl to come out. And I think God is just like that here he comes through the mountains. He's far away, and then it says he stands behind my wall, and then he looks through the window. He's even closer, and then he speaks to her. Like, there is this sense of coming close. Of course, it's an objective thing with God because he's forever close, but he loves this fellowship, this interaction thing, that when he jumps over all the lines of separation and he makes us understand that he's close. I love this game he plays. And I love that even though we have these like mountains, we have these walls that seemingly separate us from him, he knows how to convince us to let go of them. It's like he respects our walls, like he doesn't break through them, but he's not like, okay, respect your walls, so stay like that. He's somewhere in between. It's not like the best expression. He's not in between, he's both. Like, he's completely respecting that we want those walls, and he's also like, I understand that you think you want to be away from me, but maybe I can convince you that it's not true. Maybe you want to be with me. And when you realize you want to be with me, you will be with me. And you will give me permission to come in. And that's all I ever wanted. So he's like respecting, but also tricking us. He doesn't like, he's not aggressive, but he also doesn't, but he also convinces us that what is best for us is what is the best for us. And even if he doesn't forces that best on us, he tries to show us that we can want what he wants, and this will be really good for us. And yet we have those walls. Like, it's even kind of psychology that we have bad experiences, and to protect us from future bad experiences, we try to protect ourselves and we raise walls. And sometimes these walls help us because it can really protect us from certain in certain situations, but we keep these walls in situations when they are not needed at all, with people who could like bless us and help us, but we still have those walls up, so we don't even allow them close. And this happens with people, but it can happen with God as well. Like, we have this kind of idea how love works and how vulnerability works and how opening up works, and we are like, okay, I don't want anything like that, and here are my walls. And we do that with God, like, you can love me, but from the other side of that wall. And he's okay with standing there and convincing us to come out. Okay, you want your wall, I get that. You think you should be away from me, but here there's a window. Would you please come out? Please, please. He's kind of like the overly nice neighbor who always greets you, even if you don't want to greet them. Maybe you are not as unsociable as I am, but I get like, oh, just don't greet me, I want to sneak out. And they are like, hello, good morning. And I'm like, oh no. Sometimes God can be like that. Like, I'm cozy in my home. I have my walls up. I feel safe. Don't challenge this. I feel familiar in that. And God is like, hello. Yeah, here's this wall, but there is this little window. We might talk through that. And I know that it is not part of the text, but I had a lot of experiences, in like vision kind of things, when I felt like I'm in a prison cell, which is very dark and cold and humid and brown. It's in the ground, and there is only like a small window with grids, and there's just some light coming through that little window, and I'm looking through and thinking about maybe once I can come out, but not now. I'm okay here. And then I hear steps, someone coming, and then I see the shadow of someone moving through the window, and I hear his voice, and slowly I get used to the idea that maybe I can come out. Maybe there is life beyond this prison cell. And there comes the time when I can hear this voice calling me out, and hear his shoes going around, knocking on the door, just as in Revelation. I'm knocking on the door, would you let me in? And when he senses any kind of yes on my part, he comes in and says, would you come with me? And when he senses that I'm kind of okay with like coming out for a little while or checking freedom for a short time, he just grabs me and takes me out. And it's a very slow kind of experience, so I just revved it up, but it was a slow realization and getting convinced that there might be freedom, there might be something else but my prison cell. And this prison cell can be like depression or mental illness, but it can be just something that life made you to be that is not originally you. I just finished the Way Out series, which is about mental illness and depression, and I talk about that kind of experience a lot in those videos. And when I read these words, like, look, there he stands beyond our wall, gazing through the window, peering through the lattice. My beloved spoke and said to me, arise, my darling, my beautiful one, come with me. It was like the script for this experience had been written. It was like such a surprise for me. I'm quite sure the original scene wasn't about a prison, it was about like a normal house with the girl living. inside, and the guy trying to call him out. Yeah, and God is so good at courting us. He's coming closer and closer and lets us get comfortable. Lets us become comfortable with him. And when we give him the sign of yes in any way, he just gives all of himself. But he's okay with playing this game of coming close, even if he has already been ours and we have always been his. So it's just for the sake of the game. But he is good at it. He's very sensitive and very respectful and kind and gentle, and also very persuasive and hard-necked in some sense. Like, he's standing there all the way down. no matter how much time it takes him to convince us, he's taking that time. So there was this time when I experienced this over and over again. Not the whole thing I just shared with you, but some parts of it. There was times when I just only heard him like from the outside, and I knew that I was in the depths of this pit, and he tried to convince me that there is freedom. And there were seasons when I could already hear him, and I started to like his voice, but freedom still seemed impossible. And there was a phase when I was like sitting with him in my prison cell, listening to him convincing me that there's an option of coming out with him. And there is this sense of separation, like this wall between you and God, which is not true, but it might be real for you. And he's like, you thought I'm over the hills, far away. Now I'm behind this wall, even closer, looking through the window, piercing through the lattice. And now I'm here. Come out. We can be even closer than that. We can be face to face. We can walk around together. There could be zero distance. There was this large distance of mountains. There was this small distance of a wall and a window, and we can be just face to face if you want to come out. And I love how he is coming close. In our minds, in our experience, of course, he has always been close. But he takes this game seriously. My darling, darling also means my complete one, my perfect one. He knows what he's calling out. Many times I was like, it's my prison. I'm familiar with it. I like it. You don't understand. God, you don't understand my situation. You don't understand my hurt. You are talking about me as if you didn't know who I am and who I've become. You're talking about me as perfect. You don't have a clue. Don't you see me? Don't you have eyes? Don't you know that I have spent all my life in this prison? And I don't even believe that there is freedom at all. And I was like being harsh to God. And he was like, yeah, fine. If I respect your wall, I'm gonna talk to you through the window till you believe that it's a good idea to come out. And that's what he has done. He's an amazing bridegroom who knows the way to my heart and who knows the way to your heart, who knows how to come close and how to convince you. Ah, maybe all. Let him close. Allow him to come through all these barriers, all the mountains, all the walls. Maybe I'll hear him calling out and let him call us out. And maybe I'll experience that we can come out of fleeing, uh, out of behind the wall, and we can come to the light, walking and enjoying him. Yeah, walking with him and enjoying him freely, behind, without the wall, without any sense of separation. God bless you.